What the hell? First Lizzie did it, now Doreen's done it.
Well, are you going to stand there gawking all day, or are you going to let me in?
It'd set us up for life. We could get a little place in the country. Gazza and me was always going to do that.
Yeah, but your brother wasn't going to rob a bank. It's dangerous.
It'll be a cinch. I'm not going to let you down, Doreen. Let my little brother down. That's not going to happen again.
You should get the police. That's right. Get the police. That's right. Lock us up. And if you can't lock us up, shoot us. Hey, what's the matter with you?
You're the best friend I ever had. We're going to make it, Doreen.
Yeah. Get out!
Oh, no, no!
I was only protecting Sarah, you know.
And you thought by killing a man, you'd be helping her?
Yes.
The silly cow! Run!
Just get up,
Run!
Doreen! Hold it!
Hello there everyone and welcome to the video. My name's SerenitySoloREACTS and here we are with Prisoner Cell Block H episode 20. The lady is definitely, the mother that is, I don't know her name, is definitely going to Wentworth now. You know, the first time I thought she'd grazed him, and then it was an ouchie when she went over him again, and then more ouchies when she went over him again and again and again. Can she claim temporary insanity for that? I'm guessing she can, but to prove it is going to be another thing. I'm going to guess she will get off on the grounds at some point. I mean, it won't be immediate. It won't be like a Barbara Davidson, I'll bring drugs in next episode, I'll get caught. That ended a bit too abruptly for my liking. She could have gone so much further than that with that, because she could have turned the women against each other, started to get them thinking someone else brought them in. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't think Barbara's going to be in it for much longer. I think she'll get transferred. Her life will be made hell in that prison. And although Erica will be disappointed in her, she's not going to like her niece being bashed over and over again, if I'm honest with you. So yes, I think she's going to be transferred out. Frankie and Doreen, bloody hell, they're staying out for a long time. Their time must be coming up to an end shortly, surely. They've got to get caught. I mean, they're back out on the streets again now. I'm going to guess that guy's going to phone the police as well, so the police will be swarming into the area. Because the stupid thing Frankie and Doreen's not doing is leaving the area. They are just sticking around the same place. No, I'm not trying to give tips on this. I've never been in this position, but if you're on the run, keep moving. Don't stay in the same place. But yes, I'm going to double down on my channel next year. I'm not going to barely buy any games. I'm going to buy a few in a sale, but I'm going to double down, get shows, more shows for the channel, bring more shows. I'll be rotating back to the earlier shows, you know, the second series soon as well. So they should be coming next year. I do have a lot more to come, but I've got a lot more to have to buy as well if I want to keep this channel going for a long time. So I don't have to buy me a coffee, links are in there yet. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but I don't think this channel is going to get monetized. I know this video definitely can't, so you're lucky. You're not going to get ads on this whatsoever unless YouTube sticks them in. So with that, I just want to thank my Patreon members, because it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are. And I thank everyone else who subscribed and followed so far as well. Thank you. So with that, let's get on with the video. So here we go again. Let's relive this over again. Yeah. To those wondering, I have to wear glasses now because I suffer from persistent eye strain. So I have to wear glasses to watch shows, well, look at the screen. See, I thought you grazed him there. Yeah, you rolled on the wrong side of the car, mate. I really hope this doesn't age restrict me. It is fictional. It's not real. She didn't really run over him, YouTube. See, she should have really just crashed into his car, so he couldn't drive it. Where was his other leg? Was it just folded in? We didn't have no cabin in the last episode. Where was she?
The first bell goes at 6 a.m. Inmates rise, dress, clean and tidy rooms. 7 a.m. muster and report for assigned work. The breakfast bell is at 8 a.m. Daily showers are taken at times designated by the house officer. The rules are more fully explained in this.
I thought they just got showered by block.
Inside.
And why is she not in solitary?
Now come on, Mrs. Roberts. I haven't got all night. I'll wait until you've made up your bed.
Mrs. Roberts? Formal? You expect to just call him Roberts? And what happened to people working in the
May I
kitchen?
phone my family again just to see if they're all right?
You're allowed only one phone call on admission. You've made that.
Oh, but they're not used to being without me. My daughter's used to me being there.
I'm sure Mr. Roberts will see she's all right. Come on, Mrs. Roberts. Worrying's not going to help the situation.
Will Mr. Roberts be able to cope? He seemed more like a business person than a father. I mean, if someone wanted to go to work just after a daughter would be you know what. I really hope classical music's not copyrighted. I mean, it is really old.
Oh, Sarah, what are you doing up?
I couldn't sleep. I want Mum.
Well, you can do
She were
something
here,
and go
she'd
to her.
expect you to be in bed, young lady. Come on.
When's she coming home, Dad?
Not for a while.
I got to see a lawyer first thing tomorrow. We'll get Mum home, don't you worry about that.
Steve. I think his name's Steve, isn't it?
Well, we've always been pretty honest with each other, eh? Well, your mother's got to go to trial, you know that.
But it wasn't her fault, Dad. I shouldn't have rung her and told her that man was there.
I should have phoned the police.
I gotta get the best lawyer I can. We'll make sure she comes home for good.
But she didn't want me to go down the shop. It's my fault.
That's not.
Sarah, we got to help each other, love. Your mother would think we were pretty useless if she thought we couldn't cope without her, right?
Why did she kill him, Dad?
Temporary insanity.
She didn't mean to, love. She was just trying to protect you.
Then it was my fault.
No. Look, we got to show Mum that she's not to worry about us. We'll see this thing through together, right?
Don't let them hurt her, Dad.
I won't, love.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Now don't forget, the rising bell's at 6 a.m. Now, hurry up and get changed. I have to turn the lights out.
I'll be all right.
Very well.
I expected her turning the lights out as soon as she locked the door. She's lucky she's got quite a bit of moonlight coming in, casting quite a bit of light into her cell. Shouldn't she be on suicide watch? Well, we know this is going to be Frankie and Doreen. I do like how it's showing us the crimes before they get put in. I hope that continues.
Oh, it's like sleeping on a pile of rocks.
Oh, you were?
Oh, and I think I done my neck in.
Turn round.
Just could have used a teddy as a pillow.
Not so rough. It's making it worse.
Stop complaining.
It's no wonder I didn't get any sleep last night with these bloody ants crawling all over me.
Yeah, well, thank your lucky stars you didn't have that fat slob climbing all over you.
Yeah. You didn't clobber him too hard, did you, Frankie? I mean, I'm glad you did, but he's not dead or nothing, is he?
It's gone like that. You drop a slab of concrete on it, you'd only break the concrete.
Yeah. More than I can say for me.
Serves a mongrel right, shouldn't have hurt you.
Seems surprised she
You
didn't
reckon he'll dob us into the cops?
shoot him in his bits.
You'd only get had up for hiding a couple of crims. Anyway, I don't think he's on the straight and narrow himself. A bloke like that wouldn't go to the cops.
Frankie,
Yeah?
thanks for looking after me.
Yeah, well, next time you get any bright ideas, don't.
What are we gonna do now?
Been sleeping on something.
Yeah? What?
Yeah, the ground.
Have to give it a bit more thought.
Bit lower.
Bloody hell. Did they have to ring that damn thing so loud?
What's the matter, love? You got a hangover?
Who'd be complaining if I did?
What the hell are they? Have they got ghosts in that place?
Bitch that took my bra?
Come off it. Who'd fit into a 50 car?
Ah, shut up. You're just jealous.
Huh? Who'd want to be built like a cow?
What the hell is going on?
Mr. Roberts, from what you've told me, the main problem is going to be in proving your wife's act was not premeditated.
I
Premeditated?
thought you were
I
thinking
know
that
you
as
believe
well.
it wasn't, but it's what the prosecution will be working on. And that could mean the difference between being found guilty of murder rather than manslaughter.
Well, it wasn't premeditated.
She was
only
just trying to
found
protect our
out.
daughter.
Yes. Look, I'm sorry I can't be of more help. However, I can suggest the name of a good barrister.
No. Look, I want you to take the case.
Didn't your wife have someone representing her at the magistrate's court?
Yes, but that was just a local solicitor. Look, if it's a question of money, that's no problem. I just want my wife to have the best defense.
See his face when he said money.
Yes, well, naturally, I wouldn't charge you any more than my usual fee. In some circles, it's considered quite high enough.
Mr. Wilson, we need your help.
Yes, Mr. Wilson?
Annette, we could be here for some time. Perhaps you'd like to take Sarah next door for a milkshake or something.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
Is that part of the job description? What happens if someone
Tell me,
rings?
what are you doing about your wife's bail?
That's all in order. I've spoken to the bank manager.
Good. Mr. Roberts, what were the police doing about finding Sarah's attacker? Had they progressed very far?
Well, they didn't have much to go on.
What was your wife's feelings about that?
Well, angry, I suppose.
Angry?
Oh, we all wanted the man caught.
Yes, of course. You're both very protective toward your daughter.
He didn't. He weren't bothered.
Same as any parent would feel under the circumstances.
From what you've told me, Mr. Roberts, even if the police had arrested this man, there may not have been enough evidence to stand up in court.
That's right.
And that would have made matters worse. To know the man that had your daughter could have walked out of that courtroom scot-free.
Now, look, I know what you're getting at, but it won't work. Of course, we were angry, very angry. But we didn't want Sarah to go to court. We even considered dropping the whole thing.
He didn't.
Whichever way you look at it, Mr. Roberts, there's a reasonable case against your wife.
I'm not following you.
Firstly, she was angry. Now, that's an understandable reaction, I grant you. Secondly, she wanted to see this man pay for what he did to your daughter. Again, a normal reaction. But to have Sarah go to court, To have her face the trauma of having to relive her experiences all over again, and then to know that this man could get off. Well, how much better to kill the suspect? That way, she has her revenge, and Sarah doesn't have to testify in court.
Oh, now, just hold it right there. I know Catherine. We've been married for 15 years. To even suggest that she would deliberately set out to kill Bert Warren, well, that's just not on.
They're the possibilities we'll have to face in court, Mr. Roberts.
No, no way, I'm not
How
going to
does
do
he
it, Frankie.
feel about
Use
it
your
being
head,
someone
Doreen.
in
It's the only
you,
chance
though?
we've got.
A bank?
We didn't really
When was the
find
last time you were in
that
there,
out.
huh? There's cameras and alarms
Look,
and
you
all
said
sorts
yourself
of
you want to
things.
get out of Melbourne. You've got to have money to do that.
Like what you
Yeah, but
thought.
I'm not holding up a bank.
Look, will you listen to me for a minute? It'd set us up for life. We could get a little place in the country. Gazza and me was always going to do that.
Yeah, but your brother wasn't going to rob a bank. It's dangerous.
It'll be a cinch. All you got to do is check it out, wait for the right time.
Yeah, but you were put inside for doing a dumb job like this.
This'll be different. I've learned a lot since then. I'll look after you, Doreen.
Oh, yeah. Like the last time. Well, your girlfriend copped it, didn't she? She's dead. Well, there's no way I'm going to wind up dead. Rather turn myself in.
If that's the way you feel, why don't you?
Come on, Frankie. We could think of something else. A petrol station or a shop, maybe.
Yeah, we hang around Melbourne much longer, we're going to get caught. And I'm not going back inside. Do the job on my own.
Oh, you can't, Frankie.
Then give us a hand.
This
No
is
way.
Lynn all over again.
Well, hello, Mr. Wilson.
Miss Vernon?
Look, Greg, I'm sorry about that dinner we organised, but it's going to have to wait a while if that's okay.
I'm easy.
I'm finally moving out of that revolting bed sit. Meg's let me move in with her. It'll take a while to get organised.
Well, let me know if there's anything I can do.
Don't worry, I will.
You wish to see one of the prisoners?
Yes, I'm representing a Mrs. Catherine Roberts.
Oh, well, she's showering at the moment. Would you like to wait in the interview room?
All right, fine.
My, you're keeping yourself busy. Don't tell me you've forgotten about Lynn Warner, or don't charity cases get the same attention?
Kevin?
As far as I'm concerned, Miss Vernon, none of my clients has ever had any cause to complain. Have any of yours?
Oh, burn.
Shut up, Sal.
Where the hell's Monica?
Hi.
Hi. How you feeling?
All right, thanks.
When's your trial?
In about a week, Miss Vernon arranged a lawyer for me, Mr. Wilson. She reckons he's pretty good.
Steve Wilson?
Mm-hmm. Do you know him?
Yes, he's representing me too.
Oh, really?
Excuse me. Excuse me, but that's my deodorant you're using.
Oh, so what?
Well, I wouldn't have minded you using it if only you'd asked.
Oh, bug off.
I'd leave it if I were you.
But she's got no right.
Leave it.
You're new here. You don't understand.
I understand bad manners.
How long did you get?
I'm only here on remand. My husband's organising bail.
Aren't you the lucky one? Mrs. Roberts, your lawyer wants to see you.
And Kevin's and Lynn's. Sorry, I have to blur their nipples out.
Did you see her at breakfast?
Mm-hmm. Bit of a lady, isn't she?
Wonder what she's in for.
Oh, probably something like shoplifting. At least she's got enough money to get out on bail.
Couldn't your parents arrange bail for you, Lynn?
Mm-mm. It's too much.
I didn't even ask for it.
Now, I swear to God, I'm not normally
Oh,
the
thank you.
type of person to be trying to look for
Hello,
women's
Mrs. Roberts.
vests
My name's Stephen
on
Wilson.
screen,
Your
but
husband's asked me to represent you.
I noticed
is
their
Ken?
nipples.
Oh, he'll be along later. I just wanted to have a word with you privately.
And Sarah?
Yes, she's fine.
When do I get out of here?
This afternoon. Please, won't you sit down? Now, Mrs. Roberts, your trial is in 5 days' time, so it doesn't leave me very much time. I hope you'll bear with me if I have to ask you a few difficult questions.
But I told the police everything.
Yes, well, mine may be just a little different. Now, you will let me know if I leave anything out, all right? Good. Now, yesterday, Sarah went to the shop. She said that she saw the man who raped her, and she rang you. You said you'd ring the police and that she was to stay where she was with the shopkeeper, Mrs. Heath.
Yes.
Then you got into your car and you drove how far?
About a quarter of a mile.
A quarter of a mile. You then saw the man walking across the street from the shop, and you ran him down, correct?
Yes.
What were you thinking about when you were in the car, before you saw him?
Thinking.
Yes, were you angry, fearful, panic-stricken, calm, or Were you thinking then about killing him?
No, of course not. Well, I suppose I was scared for Sarah. I just wanted to get to her quickly. I was thinking of her.
But what about when you actually saw him, the man that you were told had Sarah?
Oh, I hated him.
went blank.
I just wanted to see him.
Dead?
Oh, I don't remember. I just know that I hated him.
Did you know at the time who the man was? You didn't know that his name was Warren and that he worked for your husband?
Not until later.
Isn't it possible, Mrs. Roberts, that Sarah had seen Mr. Warren before? At your husband's office, outside, or somewhere?
I'd never seen him before.
Yes, but what about Sarah?
It's possible. What are you getting at?
I don't think this is the kind of thing you can mix
That
up.
Sarah could have seen Mr. Warren before. That after the shock of what had happened to her, she imagined that Mr. Warren was the man who'd raped her. It's quite possible, Mrs. Roberts, that you killed the wrong man. An innocent man.
You didn't love... No, Winnie, you didn't.
Mary Bentley.
I bet that screw just loves reading our mail.
Francis Taylor.
Why did they focus on
He
the
had a good
officer?
perv.
I don't care. This is the first time I've ever got any mail.
Lynn Warner. Karen Travers.
Happy Christmas.
It's from Dad. Miss Vernon must have written to him like she said she would. What's wrong?
Betty? Oh, it looks like a child's writing.
Oh, it might just be
Frankie's
from one of
letter.
the kids used to teach. Have a look.
Ah,
Yeah, used to
I'd
teach.
like to see you for a minute, Lynn.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Wilson, have you heard anything yet?
I'll get back to you, Mrs. Travers.
And how old would that kid be now? This tune reminds me a hell of a lot like one used in America when we were in London.
Oh, darling, how are you?
Oh, missed you.
Oh, and I missed you too. I thought about you all last night. Oh, let me look at you.
Anyone would think you hadn't seen each other for weeks. Oh, well,
Hello, it
I've got to
feels
say that
like
family's not bad casting.
I told Sarah I'd be picking up later this afternoon, but she couldn't wait. Wanted to see you now.
Dad and I went to a lawyer this morning, Mum.
I know, I've seen him. You shouldn't have taken her, Ken.
I couldn't very well leave her at home.
I wanted to go, Mum.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit edgy, that's all.
We want to go to the shops and look how that worked
Everything all
out.
right?
Just want to get out of here. Sarah, that man, are you absolutely certain that he was the one?
Catherine, I think...
I've got to know this, Ken. I've been going out of my mind. Now, Sarah, this is terribly important. Please listen to me. Are you absolutely certain that that was the man that attacked you?
Yes, Mum. You've got to believe me. I'm sorry I got you in trouble.
Oh, it's all right, darling. I do believe you. And it's not your fault. Just as long as I know that he was the one.
Don't say yes.
Hi.
Don't put a mind at rest.
Yeah. How'd you go?
Oh, okay. Seems pretty certain I'll only get a light sentence.
Oh, that's terrific. Although I'm a bit jealous. You know, you've only just come back and your trial will be over in about a week.
Really?
My appeal's taking forever.
Bloody hell.
It's the waiting that's the killer.
The turnaround rate in this prison's
You
excellent.
should be happy.
Oh, it's not that. Dad just seems so strange in his letter.
In what way?
I don't know. He talks about the farm and everything, but just doesn't say anything about how he feels about what I've done.
Well, give him time. It must have been a bit of a shock.
I guess. He said Mum's not very
The
well.
bloody hisser's back. The home.
Who's your letter from?
Frankie.
You're kidding. What did she say?
Oh, nothing much. Just, we're doing real good. Sorry I'll give you a hard time.
Wonder how it got past the screws.
She didn't sign it. It's from her, all right. At least she's sticking with learning how to write. I guess I wasn't a total failure.
She might be able to say hello again soon. Especially if she's going to rob a bank. Will a paint shop have that much money, really? Will a supermarket be better? You know, something someone uses every day. I'm not trying to give tips.
There's only an old bloke in the hardware shop. I think I'm going to throw up.
You do and I'll wring your neck. I've changed my plans once for you already, Doreen. I'm not going to do it again. Now, just sit down and don't think about it.
Don't think about it. I must be out of my mind. Come on, Frankie.
I'm staying here. Think about something else.
I like what?
What sort of farm we're going to get?
Who cares?
Doreen.
I'm scared, Frankie.
I'm not going to let you down, Doreen. Let my little brother down. That's not going to happen again.
Oh, let's just following her dreams.
It wasn't your fault he got killed, Frankie.
He's a good kid. Wasn't even there when he died.
Yeah. And if I'd told you the truth about what was in that telegram, you would have been there in time.
Not your fault. I couldn't read. My own stupid fault. But I'm going to get that farm, even if he's not here to see it.
Still got me, Frankie.
Yeah.
You're the best friend I ever had.
We're going to make it, Doreen.
Yeah.
See? Frankie's not that bad when she's not trying to act hard all the
Mrs.
time.
Baker, Mary's only got a 6-month sentence.
Can
Now,
actually be
surely you could
likeable.
manage 1 or 2 visits in that time. It's most important that she keeps in contact with her family. Don't shut her out. It'd be the worst thing for her. Yeah, but what's she going to do when she gets out of it? Hello? Oh, damn it.
One of those days?
That is an understatement.
Key to the unit. Move in whenever you like.
Sure you don't want to change your mind?
Why should I?
Oh,
I really
well,
hope
if
these
you
get
think
off.
this is bad, you should see my bed sit. I mean, I'm clean, but I'm a compulsive hoarder.
Oh, I don't mind, as long as you keep it all in your room.
I'll be a star boarder.
What, Marty? Have they asked
go.
Marty?
Now?
Yeah, now. There's only one person in me.
That's one too many.
All you got to do is keep watch outside, okay?
Did she take that gun? Still got it. Oh.
What are we going to do?
Don't panic. Come on.
He looked directly at them. Come on.
Nice and easy, Doreen.
He's following us, Frankie.
Get ready. Run!
Well. Hello again, Wentworth. I think this happened to his sons and daughters and they aren't running.
Frankie! Come on! Get up!
Oh, no, no!
Are you something?
The silly cow. Run!
Just get up,
Run!
Doreen! Hold it!
Oh. Really? Really?
Don't die, Frankie. You'll be okay. I'll get you to the hospital. Or somebody bloody get an ambulance!
Get out of here, Doreen. Run.
I'm not leaving you, Frankie.
You still got a chance.
I'm not leaving.
I've had it, Doreen. You can still make it. Bloody get out of here.
I'll see you, Frankie.
Now get the hell out of here.
Bloody bastards!
They've killed her? Really? I'm not going to lie, that
I'd like to
was a
see
bit of
my
a
client alone,
shock,
please.
and it did hit me
I won't be long.
slightly.
Sit down.
I was beginning to think you'd given up my case.
Yes, well, I'm sorry I haven't seen you earlier. It's just that I have been busy.
I noticed.
There's not really anything else that I can tell you at this stage. I just wanted to say not to worry.
How much longer do I have to wait?
Well, that's up to the Supreme Court now. They'll go into your case very thoroughly. It depends
I thought
on
they were
them.
both
These
going
things
back
vary.
inside. I didn't
Can't
know
you
they were
hurry
going
them
to.
along?
Well, she was going to die.
Well, one doesn't hurry the Supreme Court. Look, I'll put a few feelers out in a day or two. I'm sure they'll reopen the case. It's just that it does take time.
Which appears to be something you don't have enough of, Mr. Wilson, going by the number of clients you're representing. Or do you just concentrate on the paying ones?
It's not a question of money.
Doing it out of the love of it.
I am being paid to represent you, Mrs. Travers.
Who? Not my
That was
mother.
supposed to be a secret.
Who then?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to tell you.
Why not? I see. Is that all?
What's the trouble?
Mr. Wilson and I have finished. I'd like to speak to the doctor, please.
Why?
Because I feel dreadful, that's why.
She's going to slap him.
She says she's been having short blackouts. Perhaps we could arrange for a blood test. Could be sugar.
Yes, Doctor.
Come in.
She wanted to see you.
Cannon.
Thank you, Miss
got a
Bennett.
name. Thank
The
you.
governor gave strict instructions you were not to be left alone, Doctor.
The sister's
I'm well
there.
aware of that. I'm sure Sister can provide all the supervision we need, don't you? Perhaps you could arrange for those blood tests, Sister.
Yes, Doctor.
Nice having loyal staff.
Are you paying for my lawyer?
Who told you that?
It wasn't hard to put two and
The
two together.
sister is supposed to remain there.
So shoot
Thank
me.
you.
If I can't pay for him myself, I'll find someone I can afford.
Oh, now that's ridiculous, and you know it. It's too late to change lawyers now. He's one of the best. You'd only be hurting yourself.
I don't want to be under any obligations.
Well, who said you were? Look, if it make you any happier, I'd do the same for any friend.
Would you?
It's a stupid thing to say.
All I want is a retrial.
That's all I want for you.
I may be serving time for some years yet.
Anything's better than life.
I think you missed my point. I don't want you caring too much for me, Greg. We'd only end up hurting one another.
It's a bit late for that, Karen.
It might be a bit late for you, but it's not too late for me. I don't want to get involved.
He's not said he wanted a
I've seen what
relationship.
happens to women who come in here loving somebody and it tears them apart. Well, it's not going to happen to me.
Oh,
It's
did I miss
over
it?
between us. Do you understand? Finished.
Oh, Mrs. Roberts, your husband just rang. He's going to be a little late picking you up.
Oh, did he say why?
No, he didn't.
She's getting out on
No,
bail
you can either
already.
wait here or down at reception.
Bloody hell.
I'll wait here.
Why?
Mrs. Jackson, do you have a family?
Just a son.
I have a daughter.
Yes, you told me.
What would you do if someone was threatening your son and there was no one around to help him?
I don't know.
I was only protecting Sarah, you know.
And you thought by killing a man, you'd be helping her?
Yes.
Yes, I suppose I did.
She's taking lessons from Vera. What happened to her compassion?
Yes.
I trust that's not your bedside manner, Doctor.
Sorry, Jean. I'm a bit busy at the moment, actually.
Well, I won't keep you a sec. How about coming over for that meal I promised you tonight?
I thought you were too busy moving.
Uh-huh, I will be. But with a little help from my friends, I'll be able to get through with it quickly.
Blackmail, huh?
Well, you did offer. And there's not that much to move.
Well, could do with the exercise.
Great. Is, everything all right? I don't like to pry, but I'm a terrible busybody.
Thanks, Jean.
Honest.
Okay.
Got to respect that.
If there's ever a time you feel like drowning your sorrows with someone, I'm great at bending the elbow.
Can these people just stop putting songs on, please? We didn't really have this throughout the first, what, 12 episodes, 13 episodes?
She was doing really well. Trying so hard to please me. Most teaching's like that. Oh, I should have known.
She got a bit carried away.
She tried to kiss me. I slapped her. She stormed out. The trouble is, when she calms down, she'll probably want to go on learning.
Is she picking up on
She's got a brain in
something?
her head, she will, but...
What?
Well, I couldn't. I know why it happened, and I know it'll happen again.
But you can't stop now. I do mean with Frankie. There are others you can teach.
And she's
You
never
really
passed a
enjoy
thought
children,
about
don't
it
you?
until she got that
I
letter.
have to.
As I remember, you used to want children of your own. When you and I were... I think it was 6.
Yes, well,
I forgot.
seemed a nice round figure at the time.
Yeah, I forgot she wanted that
Never
many.
got married,
Bloody
but
hell.
no children.
Oh, I came close.
You've got to learn to trust somebody. You've got a chance, now take it. If you don't help yourself now, nobody else can.
All right.
Where the hell's Monica? She can't still be in solitary.
Has not yet been found. Just repeating that item, a fatal shooting took place in Canterbury this afternoon in which a policeman was wounded and a woman shot and killed when the policeman attempted to apprehend 2 escapees from the Wentworth Detention Centre. The dead woman, Frida Doyle, and the second woman, Doreen Anderson, have been eluding a massive police hunt for 3 weeks. Doreen Anderson has not been found. According to the wounded officer and witnesses, Frida Doyle fired at the pursuing officer first. She died before ambulance men were on the scene. And in other news today...
You murderers! You bloody murderers!
Doreen?
You killed her! You bloody murderers!
She's going back in.
Never had a chance. You never let her! You murderers! The bench should get the police! That's right! Get the police! That's right! Lock us up! And if you can't lock us up, shoot us! Hey, what's the matter with you?
Would you get that close, really?
Get away from me! Oh, Frankie! She should be put away!
That first person view was so weird. So weird. It's not peep
Sign
show.
the disbursement book here, please. Mr. Roberts is at the gate to pick up his wife. Oh, right. See she gets those things. You better check them.
Meg? Do you want to lift home?
Oh, no, I'm not off.
Have the officers not heard about Frankie?
Greg's volunteered to help me move.
On the proviso I get a home-cooked meal.
Which I shall do with my own talented hands. We'll have some waiting for you when you come home.
Oh, that'll be a change, not having to cook for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
This show really likes getting the boom
Will you
making
put a
shot.
moment? The governor would like to see you.
Fine.
Meg, Frankie Doyle's dead.
What? How?
Typical of Doyle. She got herself a gun and had a shot at the police.
Poor girl.
I knew that temper'd be the end of her one day.
What about Doreen?
She ran off. Didn't even have the decency to stay with Doyle.
It seems like she's coming back.
Are you ready?
Well, by then, she had, what, 1 night in jail? Would they really give bail to someone who repeatedly ran over
I had to
somebody?
go to the railway station.
The station?
I've sent Sarah to stay at Vivian's.
Why?
Look, we need to talk, Catherine, and I don't want her getting any more upset. I thought it best that she get out of town for a while.
Why Don't divorce her.
Because you wouldn't have let her go.
I don't want your family getting involved.
Viv's all right. She understands.
Yep, Sarah, you've played your part. You don't need to be in it anymore. They'll ship you off. Oh, the daughter went it.
And what do you think you're doing? Why aren't you at work?
I don't feel well.
Oh, must be nice having a doctor for a friend, Travers. He gave you a special direction to take it easy. Is that it?
No.
Couldn't be because you're jealous. You mean you haven't heard?
I'm sure you're dying to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd be interested to know that Dr. Miller and that welfare officer seem to be getting along rather well.
So what?
Well, it must be hard on you knowing that you're in here and they're outside. It's hard on a woman to keep her eye on her man when she's locked up at nights.
Sorry to disappoint
Slap
you, but
a
I don't give
cannon,
a
go
damn
on.
what Dr. Miller does. Although you seem to be taking a special interest.
By the way, you won't have to worry about Frankie Doyle again.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
I thought you'd be pleased about Doyle.
You're a bitch.
I could put you in the pound for that.
You just do that.
I really wanted her to slap her.
No, darling,
she's
no. You
taking
won't
it
have to stay
extremely
down
hard.
Vivian's long.
Say that.
And I want you home
Treat her
too.
like a bitch.
Just as soon as possible. And is everything all right? Good girl. Now, Sarah, I don't want you worrying. No, everything's going to be just fine. Right, darling. Night-night. She didn't want to go to Ballarat.
I thought it best.
To keep us apart?
I'm sure
You
Ballarat's
blame
a
me for
lovely
this, don't you?
place.
Catherine, please, isn't it hard enough? Bert Warren was with the firm for 8 years. He was one of the most steady and respectable men I knew.
And he Sarah? Or don't you believe your own daughter?
I think it's possible that what your lawyer said could have happened, that Sarah imagined he was responsible.
Well, I don't.
For God's sake, will you listen to yourself for a minute? What's happened to you? I mean, all you're worried about is whether you killed the right man. Haven't you got into your head that, well, regardless of who you killed, you did kill someone?
You don't
It's
have
important.
to keep reminding me. You don't have to keep telling me and telling me. Of course, you know, no court's going to convict me for what I did.
Oh, don't say that.
You're not serious.
Tempting fate, love.
Hasn't this lawyer told you what sort of trouble you're in? Well, then don't you realize that if you are convicted... What's going to happen to Sarah and me?
Selfish bugger.
No. No, they won't blame me. They won't send me back to prison. Not back there.
Got a high chance, love. What the hell? First Lizzie did it, now Doreen's done it.
Well, are you going to stand there gawking all day, or are you going to let me in?
What was Frankie's last request?
Apart from the
What
fact
was
you
it?
broke out of the Wentworth Detention Centre, you'll be charged with assault on a Mr. Trevor McBride, theft of several articles of clothing, and attempted armed robbery.
We never got near the shop.
No, but you admitted you were about to proceed with the robbery when you were stopped by Police Officer Gibbons. You might be interested to know there's one charge that hasn't been laid. You remember Miss McBride?
Yeah?
Well, she refused to lay charges against you and Doyle.
Good.
However, you've got enough against you to do another 5 to 10 years. So anything you can help us with.
Pigs! Watch your mouth, Anderson.
Where did Doyle get that gun?
Dunno.
You were with her all the time, weren't you?
That cop Frankie shot. He pulled through.
Luckily for you.
He ought to be charged with murder.
Apart from holding up at Miss McBride's, where else did you stay? Did anyone help you?
No.
Then how did you live? Breaking and entering?
Well?
Piss off.
I won't warn you again, Anderson.
What are you going to do, Vera? Lock me in the pound? Bash me up? They do that in here, you know. Screws are always bashing you up.
No, they're not. I haven't seen one screw bash anybody.
Why'd you turn yourself in?
I owe a friend.
What friend?
Frankie.
Mrs. Roberts, there is just one more thing I have to clear up. Now, you said you rang the police. You were expecting the police to turn up then?
Yes.
According to them, they arrived 5 minutes after you ran down and killed Mr. Warren.
Went 5?
Well, I don't remember too clearly. I was
3.
I was very shocked at the time, but they did arrive shortly afterwards, yes.
Why didn't you leave the police to handle the matter, Mrs. Roberts?
Well, I told you before. When I saw that man coming out of the shop, I had to stop him. I couldn't let him get away.
What do you think, Mr. Wilson?
It's going to be difficult. I want to go for manslaughter. That after your daughter was you were highly emotional. That when she rang you and told you the was waiting for her outside, you snapped. That you had no intention of running down Warren until the very last moment.
That's exactly how it happened.
That you were emotionally unstable at the time.
Unstable?
Oh, don't let this put you off, love.
Insane.
Well, if you think that's the best line to take.
Do you think I was insane?
She's not going to, is she?
I just want to see you get out of this, Catherine.
She's going to be more bothered about a social standing.
You'll be moved to a single cell, Anderson, for observation. You're now considered dangerous. How does that make you feel? As big as Frankie?
One day your filthy mouth's going to get you killed, Vera.
I didn't think you cared about Doyle. You did run off and leave her to die. I knew it wouldn't be too long before you ended up in this place.
They never would have got me if I hadn't wanted to come back.
You. Doreen.
I only came back so as I could see you.
Why?
It's your fault Frankie's dead.
Why?
She never would have got out and been dead by now if it hadn't been for you.
Why?
Doreen, that's not true.
You killed her!
Stop this!
I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you for Frankie! You see! You see! She loved you, but you made her run! Now she's dead!
Have you still got an eye, Karen? Can't see no blood. So, yes, it was a big, big shock that Frankie died. I thought she was going to go back in. I thought something would have happened in prison. I thought someone would have got revenge or something at some point. But no. But don't be upset, because although Frankie's mortal body may be gone, it seems her spirit has possessed Doreen. So Frankie's still here with us. But yeah, it's not something I expected, and I also believe, what's her name, Posh Lady, is going to let her social standing stand in the way of pleading temporary insanity. So, is she going to go back in for a lot longer than she needed to? Is she going to have to be another one who appeals? But like I said, the turnover rate in this show is excellent. If you ever get sent to prison, ask to go to Wentworth. You could be out in days. So we shall go to the sign out. So it seems now like we've got another role to fill. Now Frankie's gone. I'm not going to lie though. I did want that old lady to come in who helped Frankie and Doreen. I did want her to get charged for harbouring the criminals. And I'll tell you why. It's no malice involved. She is so lonely out on the outside. No one's looking after her. She's got just like the one person who's come to see what he can claim after she dies. She'll have company in jail. She might even be happier there because she's got people to talk to, people around her. Normally I wouldn't wish someone to be in jail unless they deserved it, but yes, it would have been much nicer for her. I dread to think how lonely she is again now. She had all those, 3 days or whatever of Frankie and Doreen's company. Then it got snatched away from her. So it seems like, is his name Steve, the lawyer? Seems like his bank balance is seriously inflating. He's just going to work for Wentworth forever now. He's not going to pass up this opportunity. His bank balance is swelling because everyone's taking him on from Wentworth. I'm going to guess no one else in any other prisons know him. I mean, does he only take on female prisoners cases now? I don't know. But he only came in to help Karen, and now he seems to be helping everybody. If what's her name gets chucked back in again, the posh lady, I don't want this to be a show of everyone saying, oh, I deserve to be inside, I did this, and then, oh, I changed my mind, I want to appeal. I don't want it to be like that all the time, because it's going to get repetitive. So I'm hoping she stands firm and says, yes, it was temporary insanity, because it was. I mean, she probably wasn't thinking of running him over. He might not have even been there when she got there. It was probably when she shouted mum that all of a sudden everything just went blank, she saw red, and then she did it. So hopefully she stands firm and takes the temporary insanity role. I mean, she could still go inside for a short time, but I'm guessing with these turnover rates, she'll be out in what, a year or two? In that time, it'll probably be about a month in our time. But yes, I'm enjoying this show. I'm loving it so much. It just goes to show it can shock you as well as provide a bit of laughs and stuff like that. I did feel it when Frankie got shot. It was a mixture of shock and sadness. I didn't like Frankie to begin with, but she kind of grew on me. It's like I said, was it earlier this episode or was it last episode? No, it was this episode, where she could actually be quite likeable when she weren't trying to act hard and everything. So yes, she should have been in it longer, but we'll just see how other characters develop from here. I don't want Doreen to stay like this. It doesn't suit her whatsoever. So hopefully she gets out of the system quite soon. But yes, if you enjoyed that, could I please ask for a like and a subscribe? I would really appreciate it. And let me know what you thought of the episode as well. If you're on Dailymotion, a follow as well, please. That's the only place Australians can see it, I'm afraid. Don't even know why I'm saying that, because I can't even see me saying that here. But yes, a follow on Dailymotion as well. I would appreciate that. And if you have already followed or subscribed, thank you ever so much. I love you lots for doing so. You're really helping me out. You're supporting me. These should never get ads on, even if I can get monetized, because it says cannot be monetized unless Prisoner runs ads. If you're getting ads now, let me know. Well, no, you can't do, because it might be the normal YouTube things. If you're one of my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are. I honestly do. I hope you're enjoying your early access and your exclusive shows. And the 2 extra days are coming a lot sooner than I thought. So get ready for that. So you'll be getting 3 days of exclusive shows per week, which makes out 12 per month, rather than the 4 that you're getting now. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. I've got the show scheduled. I've got everything lined out of what's coming. I've took note of the poll that I ran as well. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. So with that, I shall sign out now and go over to the next one, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.